Hey, welcome back to my June vlog while I try embracing life's adventures. My name is Eric and today is my birthday. I turned 30, 30, dirty 30s. Today's vlog is going to be mainly focusing around a self-interview. Going to go over some questions, helping me reflect over the past year. Let's get started with the first question. Question number one, how do you feel about this birthday? Part of me wants to say I do feel indifferent. Not saying that my birthday's not special. My birthday's always been very special to me. Well, not always, but most recently my birthday has been feeling very special to me. However, since we have a newborn on the way, I feel like that's overshadowed my birthday. That is what is most important at the moment. So no real need to focus on my birthday, if that makes sense. Next question. What are your most cherished moments of the past 12 months? What made these moments memorable? I think the most memorable moment I've had this past 12 months was our Cabo trip, getting married in Cabo. I think that is a big milestone in my life. What made it so memorable is the planning and the build-up with Justine. Just the whole creating an invitation list, sending out the invites, doing the food testing, choosing the venue, writing our vows, having our first touch, being surrounded by people who love us, being around so many friends and family. I think that's what made it most memorable. Next question. What made you feel the most alive over the last year? When have you felt most like yourself? When have I felt most like myself? What made me feel the most alive? What made me feel the most alive was going to Beyond Wonderland in Washington. It was for a music festival. It made me feel a lot like myself. I enjoyed the atmosphere where everyone was pretty much like in their own little world, not really worried about what you're doing, and that made me feel really good. I felt the most alive. I felt like I was free. I was out in the world, out and about with my wife and my friends. I think that's probably one of the moments where I feel most alive. Anytime I'm outdoors, surrounded by music, surrounded by people, surrounded by the right people, that is usually when I feel the most myself. Like when I'm exploring, talking to strangers, those are the moments where I just feel most like myself. Next question, question number 4. What has surprised you most over the past 12 months? In general, what's been surprising me the most for the past 12 months is how fast time goes. I remember setting goals for myself, like, okay, in the next year, 2, 3, 5 years, I'm gonna be doing X, Y, and Z. And at the time, it felt so far away. And as I'm completing every single one of those goals, it feels like it was just yesterday. So those are one of the things that's kind of surprising over the past year is how fast time actually goes. And I keep hearing that it's just gonna go even faster. Next question. How have you changed since your last birthday? I would say I'm a lot more hopeful compared to how I was last year on my birthday. I'm a generally happy person, but I am pessimistic. So normally I am very negative in my thinking. Don't really have very high hopes for anything or in any regards, career, life, or anything. But lately, I've been a lot more hopeful. I feel like things are playing out correctly or things are going well in my life, and it just fills me with some hope. Yeah, I think that's would be the biggest difference between this year and last year, age 29 to 30. Question number 6. What was the best advice I received this year? I received a lot of good advice this year, but I think the one that stuck out the most was life is short. You don't know who's gonna be around you. You don't know when it's gonna be your last goodbye or your last hangout. So enjoy every second that you have with the people you love. That's probably the best advice I've been given or reminded of the past year. Next question, number 8. What are you ready to let go of? Oh, there's a lot I should let go of. Not sure if I'm ready to let go of them, but one thing that I think I'm ready to let go of is just what people think of me. I've always focused on what people think about me. Ever since a little kid, I've always wanted to be accepted. So I usually just conform to the people around me, never being truly myself. So I think that's one of the things I'm ready to let go of. Not caring what people around me think of me and just being the most authentic version of myself possible. Question number 9. What do I need to spark my creativity this year? Actually, I think I'm learning that for me, in order to get a spark, or if I want to get in a creative mood, I need to be active. I need to be doing something with my hands. Like, that's usually when I feel most inspired, is when I am doing some sort of exercise, maybe some martial arts, maybe some weapons, dancing, playing pool, something to focus my energy at. That's usually when I feel the most creative. I know it's like a catch-22, but I feel the most creative when I'm creating. So I need to be doing something, and that gives me that spark. And once I start that momentum, I just keep going. Question number 10. What am I willing to struggle for this year? Oh, that one's easy. Kai. So I am willing to struggle for Kai. In the sense that I have a lot of self-destructive tendencies, and I don't want to pass those on to Kai. So I'm willing to struggle and do whatever I need to do to make sure Kai grows up well. He has a good positive role model, and he is well taken care of. Next question. What is something I accomplished in the last year that I am proud of? Scoring a system engineer job. I never thought it was something I would be doing. It's a career that always felt out of reach for me. Not knocking my education or my upbringing or anything of that nature, but most people, even most of my coworkers at the time, or most engineers, go to pretty good schools. They get pretty good grades. As kids, they're really smart, and they're always, oh yeah, this kid's gonna be an engineer. But for me, I went to an online school. Nothing wrong with online schools, but they're usually looked down on. And most of the time as a kid, I never got really good grades. I don't know, I never had hope that it's something that I could achieve. And now going on my 9th month as a system engineer with a full-time interview coming up makes me feel good. Makes me feel really proud of myself for sticking through it and keep pushing and not settling. There's been plenty of times where I've switched careers. I've gone from a general store employee to martial arts assistant to security to full-time instructor to selling TVs to being unemployed to switching majors everywhere, being lost, to Geek Squad as a consultant, then as a repair agent, then back as a consultant, and then back as a repair agent, and then promoted to senior, all while being in school, and then getting my first big boy job as a level 2 help desk / system administrator assistant. And now I'm a system engineer, whatever that means. But it's a journey that I'm enjoying, and it's a journey that I'm very proud of myself. Question number 12. What are you open to welcoming into your life over the next 12 months? I guess I am open for change, open for, as corny as it sounds, to love. Not in the romantic sense, but more in the general sense. I'm a very lone wolf. I love to isolate myself. Anytime help is offered, I always decline. It's one of those toxic traits that I have, but I want to do it all by myself and prove that I can do it by myself. Is it possible? Sure, I guess it's possible. But I've learned that when I accept people's help or when I ask for help, things always go a little bit more smoothly. And it's just one of those lessons that I really need to open myself to. Not be so scared to be so vulnerable with people. Show them my weak side, even though I just want to be this larger than life character that can do it all. You have a task, I can do it. Knowing my limits and being okay with that. That is what I'm welcoming this coming year. Just being more open with people, asking for help, and accepting help. Question number 13. What would you do with a time if you had the whole next year off? Ooh, easy. As long as money's not a factor, I would travel with my family. I would take Justine to all these places that we've always talked about. We'd go to Mexico, we'd go to Korea, we'd go to Tokyo, we'd go to Japan. We'll hit up Hawaii again. We'll travel the world. We'll take Kai with us. We'll take Mango. We'll go backpacking. Fancy backpacking, because Justine and nature don't mix. Not just Justine, me and nature don't mix. Don't get me wrong. I love looking at nature, but I'd rather be in a nice hotel or glamping, aka luxury camping. But yeah, if I had the whole year off, no money to worry about, I'd just take my family out and explore the world. It's all about adventuring to me. Question number 14. What's the most memorable thing about you right now? What do you want to be the most memorable thing about you? Feels like this question makes me feel conceited. I mean, I'm talking to a camera. I am conceited. But no, what makes me the most memorable? What's the most memorable thing about me? I don't know. If you've made it this far in the video, do you want to help me out and comment below what's one of the most memorable things about me? Because to me, I'm not a very memorable person. I'll choose that second part. What do you want to be the most memorable part about me? I want to be, I mean, who doesn't want this? But I want to be inspiring. I just want to be known for helping people, or I think that's what I want my most memorable trait to be, is being helpful. There's been so many people in my life that's helped me, from my sisters to my martial arts instructor to my many mentors in college, through some co-workers, to my closest friends, to my mom and dad, to my beautiful wife. There's been so many people that have helped me grow and develop. And I want to be that for somebody, because I know someone out there is hating themselves, and I want them to know that it's okay. Oh, I probably should have said this as one of the best advice that I've heard. It's not really an advice. I guess it's more like a motto, or not even a motto, just a saying. And that saying is, good people do bad things and bad people do good things. They're not mutually exclusive. It's just a balancing act. And that balancing act takes a lifetime. So enjoy it. It is like a dance. Oh, I love this quote. It was by Ren. It's that balance is more like a dance. And just like dancing, the stiffer you get, the harder that dance is gonna become. So you just gotta learn how to soften, relax. And slowly but surely the dance becomes easier. And it's an eternal dance. It just keeps going. But it becomes easier the more you relax, soften, and accept. Next question. Question number 15. What's something you want to do that seems impossible? What would you need to change to make it possible in the coming year? It's probably just the overconfident self, but nothing really feels impossible to me. I've done so many things that have felt impossible. Getting a black belt, going to college, becoming a system engineer, getting married, living to be 30, surrounding myself with people who love me, having such great friends. Like, nothing really seems impossible for me. But I guess something that feels challenging would be learning different languages. One of the dreams I've always had as a kid was being able to speak multiple languages. Right now I can only speak English, Spanish. I can semi-understand Tagalog, semi-understand Japanese. I know small talk in Korean, but I would love to know many different languages. And that would be something that might feel impossible at the moment. And yeah, so it feels impossible to being able to speak English, Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, Chinese, Korean. All these different languages seem pretty impossible. But what would I need to change is practice submerging myself into the culture, That's the best way to learn, in my opinion, is just diving head first, no training wheels. Sink or swim, if you will. Question number 16. Who has inspired me the most this year? What qualities do they have that I admire? I'll use a cop-out answer. Not even a cop-out, because I genuinely do admire this person. But it's a fictional person. Thor from Vinland Saga. Not to be confused with his son Thorfinn, but the OG, the father himself, Thor. The qualities they admire from him. He is the embodiment of what a man is. He has all the qualities, all the traits that aren't usually combined, or I should say, very rarely found in men. It's the ability to both be a vicious warrior, strong, yet at the same time kind, avoids violence, treasures life equally, will do anything to avoid war, but at the same time doing anything to protect his family. There's something about that duality that resonates inside of me, and those are qualities that I really do admire and that I see in myself a little bit, but I want to personify them more. I want to show the world you can be strong, but you can be compassionate too. Yeah, those were 16 questions. It was my 30th birthday self-interview questions. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Eric, we'll come back to this next year. We'll redo these exact same questions, see what changed, see how you grew, see how you didn't grow, and maybe add some more questions next time. Yeah. You'll be a dad. You'll have a 1-year-old, or close to a 1-year-old next year. Exciting. All right. Well, thank you guys for checking in on me today. I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. Fills me with a lot of joy. Well, that's it for today. I'm gonna go take a shot. It's my 30th birthday, and I'm just sitting in my house, enjoying the presence of my beautiful wife, my wonderful dog, and of course, with myself. I never put that emphasis that, you know what, just sitting by myself is always nice. But time to go celebrate with a couple birthday shots. Have a great night. Take care. I love y'all, and I'll see you tomorrow.